All right, so episode 8 of The Boys. Let's talk about theories. So I really only have the major one. In episode 7, we got to see the conference try to happen, with pretty explosive results. So the real question is who did it? We were wrong and we thought that Cindy possibly killed Raynor. Now that doesn't seem to be the case. It doesn't make any sense that Cindy would be helping Vought. So that leaves us to believe that it's probably Vought. I could imagine that it really was a curveball and that Butcher was right in bringing who he brought to testify. When Vought saw no other way out, they decided to pull the plug and killed as many people as they could. So then the question is, why did they kill who they killed? Well, I'll say that the reason that they killed the people they killed is those are the ones that they could. If you look, all of those people are people who are pretty heavily connected in with Vought. Vought has had them on their radar. They probably go around to all these government officials and they chip all of them with some kind of explosive device that they can use on command. There's a possibility that someone who has superpowers, but if that's the case, then when that person killed Raynor, wouldn't they have killed all the boys? That leads me to believe that they couldn't kill the boys, and the reason they couldn't kill the boys aren't chipped. So if that's the case, it seems a little weird that they kill Shockwave, but maybe not, because Shockwave came after Starlight and they've been having issues with Starlight, so it makes sense that they would want to have him rigged up so that they could actually kill him, so if he turned into another Starlight, he wouldn't be able to go join the boys like she did. So I think the next step for Vought is that they're going to frame Super Terrorist. This will scare away all the people who have been coming after them, and this is going to give them a lot of social credit that they can spend later to use more Compound V and make more superheroes.
We are at war! We need more Compound V!
Absolutely.
We need more soups!
I think this also closes the chapter on the boys using the legal system to beat Vought. They're just going to have to do it themselves. Now, an alternative theory has to do with A-Train, who ended up actually joining the Collective. You see, it could have been the Collective. The Collective actually has a vested stake interest in Vought's success because they want to pitch their tent on Vought. So if Vought goes down, the church ends up wasting a bunch of resources trying to rehabilitate these two schmucks. So I definitely don't want to rule out that the church had the ability to do, all the same kinds of things I just accused Vought of doing. And before we go, I want to spend a second talking about Black Noir. We've consistently maintained that he's a big question mark for us because we've already seen that they're going off of the comics. People who were theory crafting that he was going to end up the same as he did in the comics will be pretty disappointed at this point. In the comics, Black Noir is a clone of Homelander. I think we can pretty clearly see at this point that they're not going that route, which for us seems a little bit disappointing because he ends up just kind of being Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe, and I don't know, he's just not as interesting as he could be. But so far, the theory still holds that Cindy comes in and roughs up Stormfront or Homelander. And I also wouldn't be surprised to see if the kidnapping situation with Ryan ends up going south next episode. Can't wait, and we'll catch you next time.
Woo, that episode was a doozy. Best of the season. But I would like for a second to humbly point out, when it comes to Stormfront, it's like we read the script.
He gave me the first successful V injection.
Ladies and gentlemen,